And in terms of looking to China, I think because the Chinese netizens are some of the most engaged in the world, actually Facebook or MySpace or any American, I'm from the States, and I fully believe that Americans tend to focus on America and don't think that what they bring to the rest of the world is something new and something amazing. But in fact, in this case, social networking is alive and well in China. And there's actually so much that can be learned from what's happening in China. And not just China, but other parts in Asia, especially at Korea and Japan, where brands can learn from their consumers, and companies that are trying to build these communities, trying to leverage the social networking phenomena. If they look what's happening in China, there's so much to learn. So if you want more information, you can go to our website, cicdata.com. We have tons of white papers, free white papers, including one about the earthquake, which is quite interesting, about how internet word of mouth was used during the earthquake. If you Twitter, I'm Sam Flemming, my username. And that's all.
Zo, hier zagen we een voorbeeld van iets waar de Chinezen en Azië überhaupt veel meer ontwikkeld is. Let's keep your microphone on for a moment. Okay. I just want to take a couple of questions before we break for lunch. Does anybody... Sorry about it. Oh, geen kwestie. Was aan zijn haar aan het vegen. Oké. We'll break for... Okay. Even je naam in je bedrijf.
Albert Roel is mijn naam, Roel Imagobeheer. I have a question and a remark. The fact that BBS is so popular in China, I think it might also have to do, I am regularly in China for my work also, because it's the anonymity which is guaranteed, and with blogging it's not guaranteed, and we must realize that China is not an open democracy like ours. So that's one. The other one is a question I have. It's very interesting what is going on there in the internet, but how you assess the importance of what is going on, in fact of the reality that only 16% of the population has internet access.
Okay. Well, regarding the BBS being anonymous, actually blogs can be anonymous too in China. You can set up a dummy username, and so I think it's just as anonymous as BBS. I think what makes BBS so powerful is the fact that it's organized. It's actually like a group chat, and so I think that it's more of a discussion as opposed to a diary like blogs, and I think that's a better fit to Chinese culture. And also, actually, all the big sites, Sina, Sohu, all started out as BBS. That's how they came into being. But regarding your question, 16% online. How is that representative? I think that's the question. And I think that they are absolutely not representative of the average consumer. As Z said, there really is no average consumer. I think what they are representative of are the most passionate, most active, most influential consumers that are talking about you or your client. And I think that makes them very much worth listening to. Now, this is not to say that what we do replaces traditional market research. I don't think it does. I think it's a nice complement, because that target is actually hard to find through traditional market research. So I think you can actually learn a lot from these very passionate and very informed and connected consumers.
But can you? I was intrigued with what he was saying. Like China is not a democracy, and you have to know when to shut up. And I don't think it makes a damn difference if they want to have your IP number. If they want to have you, they go to the IP number and they find you. But I mean, I find that a lot of these websites are already themselves. They take down a whole lot of things to avoid trouble. But how much do you think that Chinese speak out? How much do they keep inside? How much can they speak out? What kind of subjects are off limit? And is that a big part of their daily life? The average consumer.
Yeah, I think the average consumer is not as interested in the sensitive topics that
Tibet and Taiwan,
things like that. They're interested in talking about life, daily life. What mobile phone should I buy? What automobile should I buy? And they know that. I think consumers know that any sensitive topic will likely be deleted by the forum administrator or will be deleted by the website. So there's sort of an unspoken understanding among everybody that certain topics you don't talk about. And even if you do talk about them, they actually it puts the community in danger. In which, as a good community member, that's not what you talk about. Especially because the conversations the communities are organized by topics, automobiles, or even Ford Focus. Well, in the Ford Focus community, you're not going to talk about politics. Maybe you could talk about that on other forums, in a more general way. But for topics related to brands, products, and services, it's pretty focused on those topics.
Okay, one more question. Mark?
Are there some professions that are dying out?
Jonathan Marks, I am, yeah.
I'm Jonathan Marks, Critical Distance.
Okay.
Are there some professions that are dying out? I mean, it's okay if you're selling cars. Is there a future for selling music?
Has there ever been a future?
Well, in China, I don't think anyone's ever made any money selling music, so that's nothing new. And I think what's happening is, the record labels or the singers are being forced to find new ways to make money, and I think that China is a great proving ground for that, because in the States or in the West you could always sell CDs. You could never sell CDs in China, and so that's why when J. Joe, the singer we saw for the Pepsi TVC, when he makes his money from endorsements. That's it. I mean, you see J. Joe's face everywhere, every product imaginable. And now you're seeing that the live music is getting bigger, and so there's going to be other ways to do it. But I think it's got to. I think actually China, in a way, is a proving ground for the new models of business around music and entertainment.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Sam. We're going to break for Borrel, and at the exit, Doris will stand there because you need to give the money loudly, okay, very publicly. You really need to support. So she's standing there at everybody. So make sure that you're ready. Also, when we come in, you can do it one more time. But we want you to very not forcefully, but just subtly, just inspire you to give some money. And we're going to break for lunch for half an hour, and for the Borrel for half an hour. Thank you.